All right, everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Kyo. Today we are smoking some ribs. This is going to be a very simple recipe, and the rub and the sauce are kind of Asian style, but you can always feel free to do any other type of rub you want or any other sauce you want. This is just the seasonings and flavors that I wanted to have on my ribs, but really what this video is more importantly about is the method of cooking these ribs and how easy and simple it is and how delicious, smoky, and tender they come out. So stick around and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and get our rub going using 1 tablespoon of coarse salt, 1 tablespoon of coarse black pepper, 1/2 of a tablespoon of granulated garlic, and 1/2 of a tablespoon of ground ginger. And we're just gonna mix that up, and that is it. Super simple, super easy, and super delicious. All right, so now we're gonna trim up the ribs a little bit, and I've just got some paper towel, just kind of drying it off so that way it's not sliding all over the place while I'm trying to cut it. That would be very unsafe. So yeah, just dry it off a little bit, and then we're going to be trimming off any parts of the ribs that's kind of hanging off, any thin pieces of meat that are hanging off, because you don't want to leave those on. They will just dry up and burn because they're going to cook a lot faster than the middle of the ribs. So yeah, basically we're just trimming all that off, and you can save those, use them for sausage. What I like to do is I like to season them up and throw them on the smoker as well. Just cook them for a lot less time. And you can kind of eat those as a little snack while you are waiting for the rest of the ribs to finish. Once we get that done, we're just going to go in and season these with that rub that we just made. And yeah, so we're gonna go about 6 to 12 or 8 to 12 inches above the ribs, and the reason you want to do that is just to get like an even coating. If you go really close to the ribs, then everything will be kind of concentrated in one area, so you might have some spots that are really seasoned and some spots that aren't under seasoned. So that's just kind of a trick that I like to use. All right, so I've got my pellet smoker fired up to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. We're just gonna throw that rack straight on there and let it go for about 2 hours. All right, and those little pieces, the little trim pieces, we're also gonna take those and just throw those on as well. We'll probably pull those off in about an hour and a half. Just check temperature, make sure they get up to at least 165. But yeah, that's pretty much it for those. And we're just gonna get started on our sauce. All right, so now for the Asian American style barbecue sauce, we've got 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of vinegar. I'm using apple cider, but you can use white if you want. And we've got 1/2 cup of ketchup and 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Okay, then we're gonna go in with 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, a whole teaspoon of ginger powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now we're just gonna get all of that mixed and make sure everything is well incorporated. We're gonna turn it on to about a medium-high heat until it comes up to a simmer, just like that, and then we will remove it and let it cool. All right, so the ribs were on for 2 hours. We're gonna take those off and bring them inside, and we're going to wrap them in some foil with a little bit of that sauce that we just made. All right, so and I like to double layer the foil. This is heavy duty foil, so shouldn't have to worry about it breaking, but I always like to be sure. So I like to double layer the foil, and then we're just gonna put a little bit of that Asian style barbecue sauce that we just made. I'm gonna put that down, and like I said, you can use any type of barbecue sauce that you want, but if you want to make this sauce, I promise you won't be disappointed. We're gonna put a little bit more on top, and then we're just gonna fold it up and put it back on the smoker for another 45 minutes. All right, so after an additional 45 minutes on the smoker, we're gonna let these rest for 30 to 45 minutes at room temperature. And now we are going to unwrap them and cut into them. And you can see these came out so good. I mean, look at that, all that sauce and all that. You can see that rub really set in, nothing washed off it. It all stuck onto the meat, which is exactly what you want. And then we'll just cut into these, and you can see that smoke ring you got going on, how juicy and tender they are. And these were perfect for me. Some people like their ribs to be a little more falling off the bone, which is very, very easy to achieve. Basically, you're just gonna overcook them. So that first 2 hours on the grill at 250, that's basically just, what you're doing there is you're really introducing the smoke, you're cooking the ribs, and you're building that bark on the outside. Once you wrap these and put them back on the smoker, now it's just a game of how tender do you want them to be. Do you want them to be falling off the bone, or do you want them to have a little bite to them, a little chew? So 45 minutes, you're still gonna have a little bite, a little chew, which is what I prefer. But if you were to go an hour 15, they would probably be falling off the bone. So it's all just, personal preference, and it's all up to you. But yeah, please give this recipe a try. It came out amazing. The sauce is awesome. The rub is awesome. So I'd love for y'all to let me know what you think if you end up giving them a try. And until next time, I will see y'all later. I appreciate y'all.